As someone who's been biohacking their sleep for many years, I was super excited to see that the Muse S headband now has a digital sleeping pill feature. This feature not only helps to prevent midnight wake-ups, but in case you do wake up, it'll help you go right back to sleep. Or at least that's the claim. In today's video, I'll be talking about what I love about the Muse S version 2 and what I don't love about the Muse S version 2. And then you can use this information to determine whether it'll actually help you with your sleep issues. Now, unlike just about every wearable on the market, including Apple Watch, Aura 3, Whoop, etc., the Muse actually sits on your forehead, which means that it can read your brainwaves. The other wearables are all guessing at what sleep stage you're in. So that's why they are not super accurate. Whereas the Muse S is supposedly a lot closer to a PSG device that you would get in a sleep lab were it attached to your head and body. Now, in terms of look and feel, the Muse S is very lightweight. It's super soft and comfortable compared to Muse 2, which was pretty much plastic everywhere. And here you can see all the sensors that are going to be reading your brainwaves. So in the app itself, you have a choice to be lulled to sleep using either guided meditations.
You will now begin to move your awareness from one part of your body to another. This part of the practice moves somewhat swiftly,
Or background soundscapes. Now, the cool thing is that since Muse is intelligent enough to know when your mind is active and when it's not active, if you are listening to a guided meditation to go to sleep, it'll start slowly fading it out the moment that you start drifting off. And same thing with the soundscapes. The moment that you start drifting off, you'll hear less and less of it. But this is also a problem, and I'll explain why shortly. Now, another very cool standout feature of the Muse S is that it allows you to see your deep sleep intensity. This feature lets us know how intensely our brains rested during the actual deep sleep phase. And another very helpful feature that the Muse S provides is that it shows your sleep position throughout the night. Now, from my research, from my understanding, we want to spend as much time on our sides, particularly on the left side, as possible in order to let the brain's lymphatic system detox itself. And now let's talk about some of the drawbacks of the Muse S, and I'm going to tell you why I decided to go all the way back to the Muse 2. Yes, that plasticky, semi-uncomfortable headband from years ago. First of all, if you're somebody who likes to go to sleep with your phone in airplane mode, this is not going to work for you because the Muse S, particularly the digital sleeping pill feature, needs to be constantly reading your brainwaves and communicating with the phone or the app. Now, if the Muse S was creating absolute miracles for my sleep, then I would have kind of sucked it up and been more okay with some wearable sitting right next to my brain and pounding it with EMFs. The other thing that seemed kind of off to me was how difficult it is to find any sort of studies on Muse's website about their sleep feature and how accurate it is against a PSG device that you'd find in a sleep lab. I mean, you would think that they would just advertise this with a huge banner and point like 10 arrows at it. But no, I could not find it on their website. And I contacted customer support about maybe a week ago or so, and I still haven't gotten an answer about this. So that is just really odd. Now, another problem with this new type of electrodes that the Muse S uses is that they're incredibly fragile. The Muse S1, the electrodes would tear for me within maybe a month of very casual use. The Muse S2, within about a week, the electrodes were already showing some tear. So even though they're supposedly more sturdy in Muse S2, I just wasn't willing to take this risk to constantly have to buy a new band with new electrodes at a cost of approximately $70. The main reason why I decided to return the Muse S2 is that when I was experimenting with it to see if it would actually help me during the midnight wake-ups that I experienced, it didn't. What would happen is that it would start playing the soundscape. The soundscape sounded very nice. My thoughts would settle down a little bit, and then it would stop playing the soundscapes, but it doesn't mean that I was going to fall asleep. Your mind doesn't have to be racing at 1,000 miles per hour to keep you awake. You can have very little thoughts and you still won't be able to fall asleep. That's kind of been my unfortunate experience. So for me, the whole idea behind Muse S digital sleeping pills was just a complete flop. But maybe this is exactly what you're looking for. You want soundscapes that start playing when you're awake and then just shut off when you're asleep. All right, guys, hope that was helpful. Feel free to check out the Muse S, and I will see you in the next one.